Hey guys, how's everyone doing? This is Sir Jedi Sentinel, and welcome back to Batman Be Vlogged, the weekly vlog series where I review an episode of Batman Beyond after watching it for the very first time. Today we are looking at episode 41, Untouchable, written by Hilary J. Bader, directed by Dan Reba. As always, because I do these unscripted, there is a blanket spoiler warning in place, just in case I do decide to talk about spoilers. So if you do not wish to be spoiled, this is your one chance to jump ship, watch the episode wherever you can find it, and then come back and watch this review. Untouchable is a bit of a mixed bag for me. It's got a really solid plot and performances and a great premise, but there are some decisions throughout the episode that hold it back for me. So this week, Terry is facing a new villain who is only named once in one scene by Bruce. Did I write it down? Yes, he is called the Repeller, and he seemingly has the ability to project a barrier that allows him to resist practically anything. As the title of the episode says, he is untouchable. Bullets can't hurt. Bullets deflect right off him. Batman's gadgets don't hurt him. He can even reach into a vat of 400 degrees Celsius. I am not doing the math to convert it. Of 400 degrees Celsius molten lava to retrieve something. Essentially, he's been hired to retrieve the components to make an explosive device, and one of those components was buried at the bottom of this vat. As Terry investigates, he goes... Yeah. Sorry, I kind of got distracted because there was one of 2 points I could branch out from in talking about the Repeller. I'll get to the second one later. As Terry investigates, he finds himself at an institution where the Repeller's technology, the ability to, repel anything, as he has been done in his encounters with Batman, the technology was created for very sick people. Sick people who basically have to be isolated and live in bubble environments because of the bacteria and the microbes in the air are too harmful for them. And this technology was developed as a way for those people to interact with the outside world. In this institute, Terry meets a girl named Irene, who has never left the institute, never been on a date, never been on the outside world, never been in the outside world for any extended period of time, which sort of fascinates Terry. And then, during a date, he tells all of this to Dana. I feel like we've been kind of tiptoeing around it for most of the series. I may have talked about it in an episode. I can't recall. I know I talked about it in aspects of shipping, but otherwise, I don't think I've really talked about the thing itself. And this one scene, while it's not a major plot point of the episode, is kind of a perfect time to bring it up. I don't like Terry and Dana together. Part of it might be that they are just teenagers and they are acting like stupid teenagers in a relationship, thinking they know what it means to be in a relationship, but they are just not a great couple. For one thing, we're in season 3, the final season, and Dana, I still have no idea who Dana is as a character. She only had focus for one episode, that episode Rats. And, beyond that, it's just she was a damsel in distress for Terry to rescue. We never really got any idea about her personality or her character. And most of the time, because of his job as Batman, Terry has to stand her up, which obviously she gets very angry at. And then, Terry has to do the, I'm sorry, let me make it up to you thing. It's a dance they constantly do. But beyond those instances, Terry's just a dick to her all the time. Like I just talked about in the scene in this episode, he spends their entire day telling her about this girl, Irene, he just met. And despite how obviously uncomfortable and annoyed Dana is that Terry is talking about another girl, he continues to do so, and then he apologizes and continues to do so again. Or, in previous episodes with the Royal Flush Gang, Terry pursued a romantic interest in 10. I'm forgetting her civilian name. Apologies. And like the one saving grace of that episode is that Terry and Dana were having a spat and temporarily broke up, but it was still kind of gross. Like it felt like Terry was cheating on Dana, even though the episode came up with a very hand wavy explanation to not have that happen. Like, I'm sorry I'm going on a tangent about this one scene that, again, in the grand scheme of things, is inconsequential to the rest of the episode, but it was the perfect opportunity to talk about this. I do not like Terry and Dana as a couple. So beyond that, let's get back to the repellers, because he is one of the other major sticking points of this episode. So whenever the repelling field is activated, it manifests as this lightning aura that very brightly flashes. And it is very uncomfortable to look at. Like, I would say if you have epilepsy or have a history of seizures or, all of that, I'm sorry, I don't know the full medical terminology, do not watch this episode. If you are marathoning Batman Beyond and you have a history of epilepsy or epileptic seizures, seriously skip this one. I don't, and even so, the way the repeller was portrayed really hurt my eyes. But other than that, though, the repeller's voice is distorted, and it's done really well, which lends sort of really well to the mystery of who the repeller is, because the episode does introduce a couple of side characters who could possibly be the repeller. One thing, though, that is kind of funny, this isn't a critique or anything, maybe, because I suppose you could chalk it up to a formatting error. When we finally got the reveal of who the repeller was, he took his helmet off screen. He talked off screen. We didn't get a face reveal yet. And I was watching this episode with closed captions. That's how I prefer to watch things. And the captions gave away who the repeller was before the episode itself did. It was kind of funny, if I'm being honest. But beyond that, I don't have much else to say. Performances are solid, but in this episode, they're solid, but nothing to talk about. And once again, sort of the even further oversimplified animation created some really fluid, really gorgeous looking flight scenes. But beyond that, Untouchable is fine. It's got a really solid premise and a solid script with good performances, but the effects of the repeller itself are visually painful to watch. And, there was that scene where I finally realized why I do not like Terry and Dana together. But those are just my thoughts. Have you watched Untouchable? What are yours? Please start a conversation in the comments below. And remember to like, comment, subscribe, click the bell next to subscribe to get notifications when I upload, share the video around. All of it helps my channel grow. This is Sir Jedi Sentinel, and I'll see you guys next time.